people marched past Hornsey police station in North London today in an angry but non-violent protest at the death of Joy Gardner. Many in the crowd shouted murderers and a life for a life. Mrs. Gardner died last Sunday after struggling with detectives trying to deport her.
Both police and the organisers of this demonstration had called for restraint this afternoon, and the large crowd marching through the streets of Hornsey in North London in memory of Joy Gardner had taken heed of that message.
Who killed Joy Gardner?
Police killed Joy Gardner!
But there was no disguising the mood of the community following her death last Sunday.
The community is angry, but it is controlled anger. No one is getting out of control. Every people are shouting, and in that way we're releasing our anger at the situation.
The focus of the demonstration was Hornsey Police Station, where members of the Gardner family, including her young son, laid a wreath on the steps. Joy's mother speaking for them all.
Justice has to be done for the murderers that murder my daughter. Justice have to be done.
Ignoring calls from both police and organisers to move on, a small group of demonstrators remained outside the police station, making their feelings clear. The demonstrators who staged a sit-down protest outside Hornsey Police Station renewed their calls for a full public inquiry into the circumstances surrounding the death of Joy Gardner, a move that's so far been resisted by the Home Office. Peter Sharp, ITN in North London.
African right-wing leader Eugene Terblanche told his supporters today that they'd started a new Boer war. He was speaking less than a mile from a rival rally by the African National Congress. Their ANC military leader, Joe Modise, said there had already been enough bloodshed. Andrew Moore at ITN reports.
It was a tale of two cities. In the white farming community of Schweizerrenica, the Afrikaner resistance movement marched through the streets. Just a mile away in the black satellite township of Ipeligang, another parade, this time from the military wing of the ANC. And separating the two, a huge security operation. Eugene Terblanche received the freedom of the town on behalf of his troops. In his acceptance speech, he told the white crowds to stand ready for a new Boer war to defend the fatherland against communism. In the black township, another freedom ceremony for the leader of the ANC's military wing. He condemned the comments of Terblanche.
There has been enough bloodshed in this country. Our country can do with a little bit of peace. People are suffering, both black and white.
In the end, both rallies ended peacefully, but it took hundreds of security men to make sure that happened.
The plane appeared to stand on its tail before the pilot ejected. It then plunged into a wood close to a densely populated suburb. Only one bystander was slightly injured. The pilot was later treated in hospital but is not thought to be seriously hurt. Swedish authorities say it was a miracle there was no disaster.
The Swedish Air Force, but today something went horribly wrong as the fighter performed at an airshow over Stockholm. The pilot ejected. The plane plummeted from the sky in front of thousands of spectators. The aircraft came down on a wooded island, narrowly missing crowds watching from a road bridge. Only a handful of people were slightly injured, among them the pilot Lars Radestrom, who was treated in hospital. 4 years ago, Radestrom survived a crash in the prototype Gripen. Despite that setback, the aircraft entered service just 2 months ago. Today's accident will be a further blow to the project. Sweden had high hopes that the Gripen could be sold abroad, even marketing it as a possible cut-price rival to the European fighter aircraft.